Critics of Kendall Jenner are outraged by her $1 million salary, claiming she contributes very little. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Kendall Jenner has once again found herself in the center of a heated conversation. Despite being one of the most recognized faces in fashion and a member of the world's most famous reality television family, she is under fire from critics who say she gives little on the runway while collecting a salary that many believe is too high. Social media has become the loudspeaker for this debate, with fans and haters alike weighing in on her abilities as a model. The spark for this latest round of criticism came after Kendall walked in Paris during the Schiaparelli Spring 2025 Haute Couture collection. It was one of the most anticipated events of Fashion Week, and Kendall appeared in a striking corseted dress. The piece itself was a work of art, with sculpted hips and a fitted bodice that highlighted her figure. She wore her hair slicked back in a bun, her makeup kept very natural, almost understated, allowing the dramatic outfit to take center stage. For some, the simplicity worked. But for others, it gave them more reason to call her performance flat and uninspiring. Kendall later posted a video of her walk on Instagram, showing her usual slow stride, steady gaze, and calm expression. While she clearly looked comfortable, the comment sections quickly filled with debates about whether she truly deserves the status she has in the modeling world. One critic on X, formerly Twitter, wrote that they could not believe Kendall is one of the highest-paid models alive, calling her extremely boring, and pointing out that she never seems to bring energy to her performance. Another added sarcastically, "I love her lack of energy. Go girl, give us nothing," echoing a line that has become almost a meme among her critics. More comments piled on. Some said she looked disengaged. Others noted that her facial expression has barely changed in the 10 years she has been modeling. A few fans even pointed out that while she is obviously pretty, her beauty is not unusual enough to justify her enormous paycheck. One comment summed it up by saying that Kendall's celebrity status as a Kardashian Jenner may actually outweigh her actual modeling skill. For these viewers, her runway presence does not match what they expect from someone considered the top of the industry. The debate over Kendall's talent is not new. Ever since she began her career as a teenager, there have been whispers that her fame gave her a shortcut into an industry that usually takes years of struggle to break into. Most models work long hours, attend endless auditions, and build their careers from small shoots before ever reaching high-fashion runways. Kendall, however, was already a household name thanks to keeping up with the Kardashians. She landed big campaigns and runway gigs early on, leaving some people feeling like she skipped the hard work others have to go through. Forbes has reported Kendall as the world's highest-paid model for several years. She has worked with global fashion houses like Chanel, Givenchy, Fendi, Versace, Balmain, and more. She has also fronted major campaigns for brands such as Calvin Klein and Estée Lauder. In numbers alone, she is one of the most successful models of her generation. Yet numbers do not always silence critics. In Kendall's case, the higher her paycheck grows, the more people seem to question whether she has truly earned it. Part of the reason Kendall gets criticized so often is because of her calm and reserved style. Unlike other models who often bring dramatic flair to the runway with bold expressions, powerful struts, or intense eye contact, Kendall's approach is quieter. She tends to keep her face neutral and her walk steady, which some people interpret as effortless chic while others see it as boring. In an industry where personality can shine just as much as clothes, Kendall's subtle approach has become a lightning rod for debate. It is also impossible to ignore the shadow of her famous family. Being a Kardashian Jenner comes with benefits and drawbacks. On one hand, Kendall had access to the connections, wealth, and exposure that most aspiring models can only dream of. On the other hand, this fame has made her every move subject to greater scrutiny. For critics, her family name makes it harder to see her as a hardworking model who earned her spot. Instead, they see her as someone who was handed opportunities because of her celebrity status. Supporters of Kendall argue that the criticism is unfair. They say her calm demeanor is her personal style, and in fashion, there is room for many different approaches. They point out that brands keep hiring her because she delivers what they want. If she was truly as untalented as her haters claim, fashion houses would not keep booking her for some of the biggest shows in the world. They argue that her look is versatile, her image is global, and her influence as part of the Jenner-Kardashian clan makes her an asset to any brand. In today's fashion industry, where social media reach can matter as much as runway skill, Kendall is seen as the perfect mix of both. Still, even some fans admit that Kendall lacks the dramatic edge of supermodels from past generations. When people think of names like Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, or Gisele Bündchen, they remember powerful runway moments filled with energy and confidence. Kendall, by comparison, is often described as safe, neutral, and minimal. Whether that makes her boring or modern depends on who you ask. The online debate highlights a bigger issue in the fashion world. What does it really mean to be a supermodel today? In the past, supermodels were chosen almost entirely on their looks, skills, and ability to command attention on the runway. Now, with social media and celebrity culture dominating, fame and followers play a huge role. Kendall has over 290 million Instagram followers, and brands know that when she posts about a product, millions will see it. That level of influence is extremely valuable, and it might explain why her paycheck is so high. In many ways, Kendall represents the shift in modeling from traditional skill to global influence. Her critics, however, see this shift as unfair. They argue that modeling should still be about performance, uniqueness, and artistic talent, not just about how many followers someone has. They believe Kendall's presence takes away opportunities from models who might not have famous last names but who have more passion and creativity. These are the voices that keep calling out her supposed lack of energy and expression, saying that she sets the wrong example for what modeling should be. For Kendall, the criticism may sting, but it has not slowed her career. She continues to land top-tier jobs, attend high-profile fashion weeks, and remain one of the most in-demand faces in the industry. At the same time, she keeps a relatively low-key attitude about the drama. She rarely claps back at haters online, instead focusing on her work, her brand partnerships, and her private life. This silence may frustrate her critics, but it also shows confidence. Kendall seems to know that her career speaks for itself, regardless of what the internet says. The conversation about Kendall Jenner may never fully die down. She is too famous, too connected, and too central to both fashion and pop culture for people to stop talking about her. Every runway walk, every campaign, and every Instagram post will spark new debates about her talent and her worth. For now, the world remains divided. Some see her as a symbol of effortless beauty and modern fashion, while others see her as a celebrity riding the wave of her family name. It is also impossible to ignore the shadow of her famous family. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.